Yo, it's Victor Wilt. Wednesday, June 5th. This is the Victor Wilt Show. Soon to be available on demand. Yeah, should be fun, I think. We'll see how it goes. It's happening. Just got to get everything set up and figure out exactly how I want to lay the show out so it'll work on that type of platform. We'll see. Maybe you're listening to it right now in the future. Well, I hope you like the program. I'm going to start my day by complaining about things at home. I was feeling so good when I went to bed. Feeling so good. Because I had this problem yesterday. Had a washer and dryer delivered. Been all excited about this. And then by some freak chance, after the guys left, I was, taking the wrapping and stuff. I don't know, the tape off of the washer and dryer. There were some documents taped to it as well. And I happened to knock something behind the new washing machine. So I was trying to figure out what fell behind there. Very aggravating. Just a total, what's the phrase I'm looking for here? It doesn't matter. Anyway, I had cleaned that room up and I couldn't have something behind there. So I had to figure out what it was and how I was going to get it out. All right, without moving the washing machine, which I ended up having to do anyway. But by some freak chance, I had my hands just back behind the washing machine trying to shine my light from my phone down there and using the camera so I could see what fell behind there. And I felt a little drip on my hand. And one of my faucets was dripping ever so slightly. Oh, why? I got plumbing issues. So immediately, my great mood is just crushed and destroyed. And I'm like, what am I going to do? So I hit up my friend JD. That's what I always do when I have a problem around the house because I'm not handy. So I hit up JD. I'm like, I got a leaky faucet. And I had to get back to work at the time. I ran home for my lunch break to get the stuff delivered. So he hit me up with some tips. I scooted the washer out, and put a little cup under there to catch the dripping water. And he gave me some tips for when I got home. And after, a half hour, an hour of tinkering, I got the leak to stop. Or so I thought till this morning. I had wrapped a paper towel around the faucet. And I checked this paper towel multiple times throughout the evening last night. Not a drop of water. Just happened to check it on my way out of the house this morning. And it wasn't like it was soaked or anything, the paper towel. It could have, I don't know how much water it takes to, make a 2-inch circle on a folded up paper towel. But it had dripped at least a couple times during the night. And so now I'm all worked up about it again. I wrapped a towel around it before I left. I'm sure it's going to be fine. It's dripping maybe once every couple hours. But I got to get it to stop. And I'm afraid because yesterday there were times as I was tinkering with it, I had it doing a lot more than dripping. So I didn't want to mess with it anymore. And I had scooted everything back, made it look all nice. Anyway, I just can't have everything work out perfect. And at least it's not just pouring water. And thankfully, I happened to drop that thing behind the washer. Otherwise, it was dripping so sporadically, I wouldn't have noticed till all of a sudden I go in a room in my basement at some point and I notice the ceiling's soaked and paint dripping down. And I should be happy. Should be feeling great that I happened to catch this, but I don't like leaks. I think it goes back to when I was a kid. A couple times our basement flooded, and I remember hating that. You're walking on soggy carpet. You ever done that? It's terrible. It's nasty. And then my daughter flooded the house one time, and it was like PTSD all over again. I know it's not like the end of the world. It's some flooding, but had to get my house all ripped apart and fixed. A couple drips throwing me into a state of to start the day. So I'll give you updates maybe during the noon hour of madness and mayhem today or something. So if you're planning on visiting the Grand Canyon anytime soon, I found a stop you should make on the way. Williams, Arizona is right outside of the main road to the southern rim of the Grand Canyon, and a new museum has opened up that you've got to go check out. George Franzen's museum, where he shows off the world's largest collection of coprolites. Now, what are coprolites, you might ask? Well, why don't we find out by watching this video from the Guinness Book of World Records featuring George Franzen.
Hello, my name is George Franzen, and I have the largest collection of coprolites. What is coprolite? Fossilized poop.
That's right. And you should see this guy, George, dressed up as Indiana Jones, holding up, fossilized dookie. Meet the record breakers. All right.
This coprolite right here is named Precious.
Precious, and this is what I would call a pretty large coprolite. All right. I like this word coprolite. We've been trying to figure out ways to work around talking about poo on air in ways that it couldn't get to the point that it offends anybody. It's one of those weird brown areas when it comes to the FCC. And, silly words like poo or dookie seem pretty childish. I think we go with the scientific term and, coprolites are specifically fossilized, but still.
This is the largest true-to-form coprolite ever discovered. Why I say true to form is because it still carries the original form from when it was made 20 million years ago.
Yeah, it looks true to form. That's its normal shape. This thing, I'm trying to figure out how to describe the size. It's bigger than George's hand. It's not like cow pie sized. You would think the largest true to form coprolite might be frisbee shaped or something like, cow pie or something from a dinosaur. Maybe he'll tell us where this came from, but it's, a large baked potato size.
The maker made it. It had a soft landing in the muck and murk of some swamp and became fossilized. Very few even get close to this size. That's why it's named Precious. This collection started when I was 18 in college. I was told to make a fossil collection for a paleontology class I was taking. I came across a coprolite and I thought it was the neatest thing in the whole world. And since then, I've collected a little bit more and a little bit more, a little bit more. 18 years later, when my house started becoming filled with fossilized feces, I thought, this might be something more than just a big collection. This might be the world's largest collection of coprolite.
Does this guy have a girlfriend, George Franzen here? Because if so, props to that woman. Yeah, you got a guy with 1,300 coprolites. They're just all over the house. Now, funny enough, I have one coprolite at my house. I bought I think it was at a roadside tourist attraction. My daughter liked, what do they call those? Oh, man, I'm just terrible with words this morning. Geodes? She would, pick those up at roadside attractions. You crack them open. There might be some gems inside. Well, I found some type of thing where you chisel it away and you're left with a fossilized dinosaur poo. Now, the coprolite I have, it's like tiny, little tiny thing, maybe at most an inch long. It's nothing like Precious that George was holding up here. But I do possess one coprolite. And that one little tiny coprolite, which I have left on a bookshelf in my house, when people see it, it disgusts them. So I can't imagine 1,300 coprolites. They'd be everywhere. Because I'm looking at the display here. But perhaps when he had them at home, they weren't on display like that. I mean, I would think if you're that into coprolites, you would put them on display in that manner. But I don't know. I guess if you want to see these, you got to get down to Williams, Arizona, and check out the Poozeum, the world's premier dinosaur poo museum and gift shop. Do they sell copper lights? You know what I find crazy? It's free. It's free. Oh, geez. No, he had 1,200, 1,300 when he was at home. He now has 8,000 copper lights. Jeez. So anyway, a free museum. I think he should be charging. I would pay $10. I'd probably pay 15. I mean, museums have gotten to be pretty expensive. Looking through my email here, I was given a question that I could pose to the listeners, which I think is kind of a messed up question. The question was, are you able, or were you able, geez, why can't I talk today? Were you able to turn a hobby into a career? Most people probably know. Why send this to radio people? Because for radio people, most of them, doing this kind of thing probably was a hobby that they enjoyed. And if they were lucky, they were able to turn it into a career. Like myself, yes, I was able to turn a hobby into a career, and I consider myself extremely lucky for that. Most people don't want to hear that first thing in the morning. Yeah, getting out to do some hard labor, working hard to do the jobs that people like me are too weak to do. Props to you who are out there getting the job done while I'm, in here complaining about my leaky faucet and getting paid to do that, getting paid to complain about my home life. You're out there, you're working, you're getting the job done. I mean, I, again, am very grateful that I was able to turn a hobby into a full-time job. I mean, I did my first show like this when I was a teenager on Channel 12 in Pocatello, public access TV, like I've told you before. And I've also done podcasting before I was even a full-time radio person. The first podcast I made, geez, that had to be like 15 years ago or something. And sometimes I want to kick myself for stopping doing that. I stopped doing the podcast when I got a full-time job in radio. But at the time, I'd only made a few episodes, and podcasting was really new. I was uploading them to Stitcher, and I got featured on the homepage of Stitcher because there were only a handful of podcasts in existence at the time. I bet had I kept it up, who knows what it could have been. But that's all right. You can look back and go, woulda, shoulda, coulda, about all kinds of stuff, and just got to trudge ahead. All right, trudge ahead, stay positive. I think I ended up pretty good. I'm hanging out here, doing a show, getting paid to do it. No complaints. No complaints. Other than that, because I'm at work, I can't be home tinkering with my leaky faucet, making my life even more miserable because I'm sure I would just screw it up more. I don't want to mess with that when I get home. Well, I'm always down to try to help you make excuses to get out of work. Maybe this woman has a solution here.
Part of why I'm quitting this job is that I think I'm literally allergic to it. Jump scare, I'm going to take off the little TikTok filter. I don't have any other filters on, just the little TikTok one. Do you see my face? This happens every day that I work around 3 p.m. And especially if I have meetings. But I get I flare up here.
All right, it could be a variety of things. Could be too much coffee. Could be, were you boozing it up the night before? Or, it could be work stress. Work tends to be very stressful at times. And, well, she gets into how this tends to happen around the time you're going to have work meetings. Yeah, nobody liking work meetings.
Another jump scare warning. Full-blown stress rash. Looks like an allergic reaction.
Yeah.
I'm tagging Dr. Rubin, the allergist, in here because he's the only person that I've seen explain allergies in a way like that my allergist cannot seem to understand.
All right, she's got to know this isn't allergies. But using the excuse, I'm allergic to meetings, is a potentially decent way to get out of meetings. I don't think it would work around here. I would try. Like, today's the day I have to have my meeting with Jade. Jade, when I get in your presence, my face gets all splotchy, it turns red, just start breaking out. I feel like I'm going to puke. I can't do it. I can't do meetings. Do you think he'd go for it? I'm doubting it.
Like, what is this? It only happens when I've done several hours of work and had to have meetings, and it goes away when I calm myself down.
Yeah, it's stress. You're breaking out from stress. Sounds like she needs to take a little bit of time to, breathe in, let it out. Maybe needs to go talk to somebody. Because I don't imagine that there's any bosses out there that are going to let you get out of work meetings with the excuse, I'm allergic to them. We all know that meetings suck. Yeah. When's the last time you had a good work meeting? Anybody? I mean, I can't think of one. Occasionally, me and Jade might have a good laugh in the meeting, but it's rare. It's rare. Usually it's like, dude, you're just giving me a bunch more work. What's your problem? I got enough to do. Stop it. The latest from Starset, Brave New World. Welcome to the Victor Welch Show. I haven't dug into one of these in a while. From the Am I a Jerk or Am I the Jerk? It's not really the name of the subreddit, but you know what I'm talking about here. Am I the jerk for reporting a child licking the sauce dispensers at Costco? Ugh. I went to Costco, bought a hot dog for myself and my husband. You gotta love the $1.50 hot dog and drink, right? Perhaps if it wasn't all the way across town, and perhaps if I had a need for a Costco membership, I would have a hot dog from Costco more often, but it's very far away from here. And again, I don't know. I haven't had anything I needed to pick up there recently, so haven't picked up a membership. Anyhow, after waiting in line, I went to the sauce dispensers to get some mustard. I saw a child licking her fingers, eating the sauce off of them, then proceeding to wipe them on the sauce dispensers where the sauce comes out, repeating the same thing several times with all 3 sauce dispensers. Nasty. All right, the person goes on. I decided not to confront the child or say anything to her family to avoid causing drama and embarrassing the child. Instead, I told the staff about the incident, which you should do, right? You see some kid smearing their nasty kid fingers and spit all over the sauce dispensers where people are trying to get ketchup and mustard for their hot dogs. You need to tell somebody so they can get out and rip those sauce dispensers off the shelf and, I don't know, throw them in the garbage so that nobody uses them. At bare minimum, empty them and clean them out, okay? Well, a staff member came out, asked who did it, and I pointed at the child. Probably should have kept quiet, but oh well. The staff confronted the family, which was a big group with 2 children and their children of various ages. The child who did this was about 6 to 7 years old. And then the family got mad. They confronted the person and asked why he didn't tell them directly, went straight to the staff. The staff needs to know so they can clean this up. What? Do you think the family's going to go, oh, thanks for the heads up, let me go tell? I would hope the family would tell the staff, but they'd probably be embarrassed and wouldn't. I think going directly to the staff is probably the best way to go about this at the time. So the family get, all worked up, starts getting crazy, saying this person hates children, and then they start screaming at him and things like that. I'm sure it was on camera. Sure you could get the evidence to prove it to the family, but yeah. You got to tell the staff, all right? And then the child can learn a lesson, all right? Sometimes kids need to, unfortunately, go through some embarrassing situations to learn how they need to be in life, and that you can't, ketchup's delicious. Not really on its own. I'm ketchup weirdo, but not just by itself. The third, just kind of gross part of this story. Is there actually a soda better than Dr. Pepper? Come on. I just saw that Dr. Pepper moving into second place. Well, a second place tie with Pepsi in the rankings of the most popular sodas in America. As you'd probably guess, Coke coming in at number one, just regular old Coca-Cola classic. But if I go buy a soda, it's usually a Dr. Pepper, I guess. I mean, I was buying those poppy sodas. I don't know if you've seen those at the store. Supposed to help with your gut health, be sort of like kombucha or something like that, but they're really expensive just for one can. I mean, Dr. Pepper's gotten to be pretty expensive as well. Pretty rare that I buy a soda to begin with, but I didn't realize that Dr. Pepper was, I don't know, lower in the rankings than what I would assume it was previously top three, right? Coke, then Pepsi, then Dr. Pepper. I don't know what others would even be in the mix. Trying to think, why don't you call me with your favorite soda if you want? 208-535-1015. Well, I was going to try to bring up the entire list here, but I'm not going to pay for a subscription to the Wall Street Journal. Dr. Pepper sounding kind of good right now. You know, the last time I did a soda taste test, I did a Pepsi versus Coke blind taste testing. I was very surprised. I knew which one was which, because Coke has a very distinctive flavor, but I was very surprised to find that I thought Pepsi tasted better. It was kind of weird, because I think like most people, you tend to think Coke's better, right? Probably why it's the most popular soda in America. But when I really thought about which one am I enjoying more, I went with Pepsi. I'd still go with Dr. Pepper, but I don't know about this Dr. Pepper with pickles. Did we talk about this at some point? Putting slices of pickles into Dr. Pepper. Sounds gross. Well, might give it a slightly kombucha-esque flavor, actually. A little bit of a vinegary taste. Might be something I'd actually like. It sounds nasty to have pickles floating around in your soda, but I don't know, people mow down cucumber water and things like that. We should probably do a Dr. Pepper with pickles in it taste test on the show just to see what it's like. Though I don't know if I need to find a new disgusting flavor combination that I'm really into so that people think I'm even weirder than I am already. You know? Like, I've heard of strange food combinations before and been like, well, let's try it. And then I think it's really good. I don't know. Maybe we will give it a whirl. We'll see. But I got to close these tabs on Dr. Pepper because now I'm craving the cool, refreshing taste of a crisp Dr. Pepper. I had some Diet Dr. Pepper on my flight home from the East Coast recently. Diet Dr. Pepper does not taste more like regular Dr. Pepper. It's good. Diet soda, I'm totally fine with. I think it's great. It's delicious. But still, it tastes more like regular Dr. Pepper compared to what? I think that fake Dr. Pepper, like Mr. Pibb, tastes more like regular Dr. Pepper than Diet Dr. Pepper. All right, I'm babbling. I'm babbling on and on. That's what I do here. Tom Petty, Love is a Long Road. Played that song because I got thinking about Grand Theft Auto 6. And if you're tuned in to the on-demand version of this show, which some of you listening right now might be going, what? There's an on-demand version? Well, not quite yet, unless you're actually listening to this on-demand right now, then it's happened. But this should be the first edition of the show that ends up on demand. Going to be putting all of the shows on demand moving forward, so you'll be able to pick them up everywhere where podcasts can be attained and things like that. So if you're listening to the on-demand version, you don't get to hear the music we play live on the radio. I recommend you check out the morning show every weekday from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. because K-Bear's playlist is way better than your local rock station. I promise. Anyhow, talking GTA, looks like a mass global sickness being planned on the day that GTA 6 drops. I will admit, I used PTO on the day that Red Dead Redemption 2 came out. No shame whatsoever. I said for months before that I would be taking the day off to celebrate Red Dead Redemption 2 Day. Grand Theft Auto 6 Day, whenever that might be in 2025 next year, I learned from my mistakes with Red Dead 2 Day. That was only one day. You got to take more days than that because you're just starting to get the feel. Red Dead 2, if you've never played it, it's a long, extremely long game. I'm sure GTA 6 will be in comparable length or of comparable length. But the beginning of Red Dead, it's a slow build. You're out in the snow, trudging through the mountains. It's quite a while till you even get yourself out of the mountains and down into a town. My first day of gameplay, I got a little bit in, then the kids got out of school, and boom, I might as well have not taken a day off. So GTA 6 Day, I'm definitely going to take multiple days off to enjoy that. And I was getting curious, how long has it been since the GTA 6 trailer, which featured that Tom Petty track we just played? 6 months. Came out 6 months ago. I looked at the schedule of the Red Dead trailers when they dropped. The first one was released October 20th, 2016. It was almost a full year till the next trailer. And then 6 months after that, I think that between the first trailer and the actual release of the game, it was over 2 years. So with GTA dropping next year, supposedly, they keep promising 2025. If they're going to do, trailers that reveal little bits of the game more and more, up till the point that they've got an actual gameplay trailer, we should be getting pretty close to time for another trailer, right? If they do 4 trailers before the release. Come on, Take-Two and Rockstar, hook it up. I want to see some more GTA 6 action, because that first trailer definitely got me hyped. Peaches and I were talking about GTA 5 yesterday on the noon hour of Madness and Mayhem, and you go back and play that now, it's funny that game can feel dated. Because when it dropped, it was such a mind-blowing game, and then they've re-released it a few times. Even the most updated versions, like I've got it on my PC, can play it in super high res. Even the best possible versions you could play still feels like a dated game. It's going to be wild to play a just completely modern GTA game in 2025. I'm so excited. So anyway, I don't see any news about a new trailer coming or anything. Just saw a story about fans prepping mass global sickness. I'm like, well, yeah, that's something I'm going to be part of, guaranteed. Freak News is powered by Grease Monkey, voted Idaho's best oil change. Welcome to the Victor Wilt program. Let's dive into the news of the day and see what we can come up with as far as something fun to chat about. There's some floating around for today. We'll talk about a guy who probably needs to get a little bit more fiber in his diet. The mystery culprit who has been dubbed the Dis Dumper. Where was this at? Oh, over in the UK. And it said Norfolk. I thought, okay, maybe Virginia. Norfolk? Virginia? But he was outside the Little Movers Camping and Outdoor Shop. He was, doing his business for about 40 minutes. What the news called an astonishing total of 40 minutes. And the firm posted a message on its Facebook page saying, "We're little movers, not little poopers. We have you on camera in all your glory. We await your letter of apology." I hope they didn't post that video on their Facebook page. I mean, it would be one way of proving that this guy had this going on for 40 minutes. But also, I don't know if the average Facebook follower of your page is going to want to watch a 40-minute video. People have a short attention span nowadays. Even if the content is, that appealing and exciting, 40 minutes, you got to edit it down to the key exciting moments. And I know editing video takes time. So I understand. A lot easier to just upload the one take, but sorry, little movers, you gotta tone it down a bit. All right, let's keep going here. I got way too many tabs open. An extremely amped up naked driver smashed into the lobby of a Martin County jail. Perfect. I'm sure the Martin County, Florida deputies were very happy. He was wearing only a ladies' top, is what it says. Now, I want more details. Ladies' top could be a variety of different things. Could be a bra, could be a nice blouse. What kind of top? I mean, I'm not sitting here trying to picture naked man in a lady's top. And I'm not trying to make you, but now I did, didn't I? All right, you're welcome. He then threatened to light himself on fire. Thankfully, he did not. But, since he smashed into the jail, piece of cake, getting him where he needed to be. I'm amazed that the news article didn't go into better description on what type of a lady's top this guy was wearing. So, anyway, but I'm going to close the tab. I was going to say if I could find out more, I'll let you know. But I'm not going to try to find out more. All right, yesterday we talked about magnet fishing and the guy who found a safe filled up with a bunch of ruined $100 bills. It was like $100,000 in ruined money. Well, somebody else who were they magnet fishing? Yeah, magnet fishing. They pulled out a dumbbell. Not an idiot. Well, maybe, essentially. There was a human skull padlocked to a dumbbell. I guess if you're going to throw someone's head into a river, you shouldn't do that. That's bad news. But you probably want to just put it in a bag of rocks. I'm not trying to give out tips here, but magnet fishing, and we got 2 magnet fishing stories in the course of 2 days, then I would say magnet fishing is so popular. I don't know, maybe this is an old tossing of head padlock to dumbbell before magnet fishing became a thing. Okay, sorry. I know some of you might be thinking, what was wrong with this guy? I know. Anybody who would actually chuck a head into a river padlock to a dumbbell, there is something wrong with them. Nothing with me to discuss this content on air, and I didn't mean to give out tips. I've watched too many horror movies, all right, and listened to too much true crime. I see this story, I think, bag of rocks. All right. Freak News is powered by Grease Monkey, voted Idaho's best oil change. I'll be back in a second. Peaches, good morning and happy Wednesday.
Happy Hump Day.
Happy Hump Day. So yesterday you called me up when I was dealing with some issues with my new appliances. I've got a little bit of a leak at my house, so that's why I was a little bit distracted when I was talking to you. But you were telling me about an event you're going to take part in this weekend, and I think you should tell the listeners all about this.
Well, the Crusade Against Cancer this Saturday, that fun run/walk. I would say more so run because it's good for you, but that's just me.
Peaches don't shame people who want to walk. All right, I ain't getting out there running. If
Come
I was
on.
there, I'd do the fun walk.
You talk about it all the time. I need to lose weight. I need to be in better shape.
That doesn't
you gotta
mean
go out there and run.
No, running's. Oh, it sounds like a little much
You
right
put the
now.
headphones in. You listen to Tool while you're running. Listen to some great progressive metal.
I could listen to progressive talk radio. It'd get me all pumped up,
Yeah.
right?
some right-winger just screaming in your ear. All right, that's it.
I can't take it anymore. just running away from the voice. Oh yeah, that would be not progressive talk radio. That doesn't exist.
No.
Anyway.
Hey-o. No, I was talking to the activities that are happening. I don't know if it's before. I think it's after. It has to be after, right? Because the run should be. I think the run's always usually early in the morning.
I would hope so.
And then everyone finishes at the activity area.
Because if it's later in the day, it's going to be like 90 degrees Saturday.
Well, it's perfect because I'll be in the dunk tank. So I'll be the one that's, getting dunked into water.
Dunk the Giant?
Yeah, Dunk the Giant.
Now, what time's Dunk the Giant happening?
I'll be there from 10 to about 10:30.
All right. I mean, lucky for you, it is supposed to be a pretty warm weekend.
Yeah.
So even by 10 a.m., should be getting pretty toasty. And, I mean, do they have a dunk tank that you're not going to, like, smash into the ground?
That's what I'm worried about, is me being small enough to not... to land in the water safely, not bust my ankles.
Yeah, because I was going to say they drop you in the dunk tank and it goes up to your knees. It's like,
yay.
get the Giants' shins wet, everybody. Come on. Well, that's pretty fun. And it's going down again where?
Snake River Landing.
Snake River Landing. And it's for a great cause. We've been talking about the Crusade Against Cancer for the last couple weeks. If you can't make it out, you can still donate to help out local families going through the horribleness that is cancer. ShannonWilkerFoundation.org if you want to make a donation. You can also sign up for the superhero run. You can dress up like a superhero. Are you going to dress up like a superhero in the dunk tank?
I already am a superhero.
Oh, Peaches the superhero.
Yeah, super lard.
Didn't you say you had a costume for like Mr. Incredible or something like that?
Yeah.
I think that would be pretty cool,
Not
Peaches.
in the dunk tank, no.
Why not?
No, I'm not going to get it wet and all that.
Is it all tight like his outfit in the show?
No, it's
movie?
just, it's like it's a fake muscle top when, Dude,
that would be hilarious. Come on, Peaches. I think it would be a great idea. Anyway, everybody who wants to take part in the superhero run, hit up ShannonWilkerFoundation.org. Dunk the Giant from 10 to 10:30, Snake River Landing in Idaho Falls this Saturday. So I recently made my first trip to the East Coast. Very glad I didn't see this story before I went there. Or maybe I did. I'm having one of those, deja vu type moments. Have I seen this before? The story about the giant venomous flying spiders with 4-inch legs headed to the East Coast. I think I have seen this before because I'm looking at these creepy spiders. They're black and yellow, and they got what looks like the Black Widow markings on the bottom of them. 4 inches. 4 inches across. Yeah, and they can parachute through the air. Anyway, New Jersey pest control warning about these Joro spiders, saying they're going to be hard to miss. Well, having made my first trip to the East Coast recently, I think they could be hard to miss. It's very, very wooded in that area. Like the type of thick woods I would not go trudging through because it seems like you might end up getting a giant 4-inch spider to the face. It'd be like in the Pacific Northwest. You don't go walking just rando through the woods. All right. You got to stay on marked trails and things like that. Now, I don't know if these spiders can kill a person. There's a guy holding one on his hand, so I'm guessing they must not be that deadly. But they are just horrible looking. So if you're headed to the New York area and you're going to be, I guess, in the woods, though if they parachute down, why wouldn't they be parachuting down from the sky as you're just moseying about the city? I don't know. JD sent me this story yesterday, and I think they're just sharing this every so often, the news, just to scare people. Because these things are disgusting. Look them up. Joro, Joro spiders. They're hideous. I mean, if I see the tiniest spider in my house, I tend to be bothered by it. So, yeah, not a big fan of 4-inch neon yellow and black spiders, especially when they got that red marking. It's very creepy. Very creepy.
It's a beefy end.
You're pretty brutal, Jade.
That's right.
If you're listening to this on demand, you didn't get to hear Black Veil Bride's bleeders. That's a lot of bees.
It's a beefy black.
That's why you should listen to the show live weekday morning, 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. Mountain Standard Time at kbear.fm or in the KBear 101 app, available for free everywhere that apps can be found. This is Jade Davis joining me.
Hi, guys.
Now, Jade came by to give me more work to do.
That's right. The Victor Wilt Show podcast. Make it. Get it on there. Get it done.
Look, I'm doing it right here. I'm recording the show this way, and I will get it all edited together and I'll get it uploaded. So this would be live everywhere today.
If you get it done today, it'll probably be up on all the stuffs by tomorrow.
By tomorrow. Because Josh's yesterday went up like, bam.
Yep.
It was fast. So the Victor Wilt Show, and I believe all radio shows here in the building, soon to be available on demand everywhere that podcasts can be found.
That's right.
So that's right. We're expanding our reach and making the shows easier to get. Because I understand if you're on, say, the West Coast, to wake up at 5 a.m. to start listening to my show, it's a little bit early.
Waking up to listen to your show is too early anyway.
Oh, whatever, man. This show is glorious. Listen to this buttery voice.
You talking about mine?
No.
Yours is more like this.
I don't sound like that.
Hello, I'm Victor Wilt.
How dare you?
How dare you? Meow.
That's close, but no cigar. We started with our Riverbend Awareness Project podcast at the beginning of the year. That's been going great. So we figured, let's just make 10 billion podcasts.
That's right.
We're going to have podcasts for the K-Bear interviews. Who knows? Jade's going to do a podcast, aren't you?
Probably.
You are.
Since everyone was told to go, make a podcast.
Now, have you gotten approved old man new stuff for a podcast yet?
We pretty much could. We just need to get Boss Man to sit down with Jay and I.
Because all we got to do is, here's the stuff, and then you sit down, and it would be such a funny show because I could hear Boss Man just getting aggravated by new stuff, and I think it would be one of the most entertaining podcasts.
It could be anything, really. So one of the first episodes that Jay and I haven't even shown him, because we've shown him some stuff that's new to him.
Yeah.
But we haven't shown him Guttalax yet.
Oh, you haven't shown him Guttalax?
No.
I don't think he would like Guttalax.
We've been saving that one for the first episode.
All right. I am going to go ahead and put my full force recommendation behind Old Man New Stuff being a podcast. So keep an eye on, riverbendmediagroup.com. You'll be able to find all of our content on that website. And everywhere podcasts can be found. The Victor Wilt Show, soon to be available. I'll get this done, Jade, so people can check it out today. It was neat to see Wake Up Classy 97 on Spotify. I thought that was cool to see. So I got to check. Part of the delay is I need my graphics from, down the hall.
Yeah. Well, you can do some temporary graphics for now.
Can we easily update those?
Yes.
Okay. See, I don't know how all that works. The last time I was in the podcasting game, I checked earlier, 2012. That was the last time I was doing a podcast. Can you imagine?
So it's been a hot minute.
It's been a hot minute. I wish I would have kept doing it because nobody was podcasting then. It was young man new stuff back then. So anyhow, follow the Victor Wilt Show and Peach's Pit Party whenever that one launches online.
And probably the noon hour of Madness and Mayhem.
Another podcast, the noon hour of Madness and Mayhem.
K-Bear interviews.
K-Bear interviews. Who knows? I mean, the sky's the limit on these things. Pretty soon, I'm just going to talk like this.
Because you're talking all the time.
Because all I do is talk. All I do is
do that
talk.
already.
I know.
Shut up and play some music.
The music can't go on the podcast. I got to talk more. Interior decorator?
The guy that hangs stuff.
You have been hanging up a lot of stuff, TVs, and apparently 10 billion guitars.
And posters and pictures.
Well, I got to say, you did a nice job. You must have had a measuring tape out to ensure that everything was nice and even.
Did do that. Tried to find the studs, but whoever built this building did it in a very interesting way. Let's say it that way.
Yeah, whoever built my house did it perfectly in the basement for some reason. The spacing between the studs, which didn't seem
16 inches up to code.
I don't remember exactly, but I know it was perfectly spaced for what I wanted to do for hanging up guitars in my basement. Because then you got to get out. If you don't have the studs, you got to get those anchors and things like that. Yeah,
what we had to do down the hallway.
Well, I have used a number of those recently. I'm learning to be a little bit more handy, Jade. you'd be somewhat proud of me.
Developing some man skills finally.
That's right. Yesterday, I went full-blown panic mode because I got a new washer and dryer, and the guys came over, got it installed, did a great job. I talked about this at 6 a.m. today, so some people may have already heard this, but I just happened to, by accident, drop something behind the new washing machine. And I was like, oh!
And you're so short, you just can't lean over it and grab it.
Nobody could, not even Peaches. Well, maybe Peaches. But so I was, it was one of those just picky moments. I'm like, I can't leave whatever that was back there. I had just cleaned that room because it was all empty. So I had my phone out and was trying to look behind the washer to see what it was in case it was something I
hope
could.
You dropped your phone too.
No, I did not drop my phone, but I had the light on and I'm trying to
Is that why your flashlight is still on?
Yes, that's why the flashlight was on. So I just happened to feel a drip of water on my hand. And I had been back there for, a good amount of time trying to see what this thing was on the floor. When they had turned the faucets back on for the washer, like the slowest drip ever. Slowest drip. I'm sure they didn't notice it because I didn't notice it. And I'd been in there, trying to find this thing behind the washer for a few minutes. So I'm like, oh my God, I got a leaky handle. And I just started freaking out because, me with spills and leaks and things like that.
After the apocalypse.
The full house flooding. So, I called JD. I'm like, what do I do? I got a leaky faucet. And he gave me some tips, and I thought I had fixed it and everything. I was very proud of myself for tightening around the little stem.
And then you made it worse.
Well, during the process, I did. But I managed to get it to the point that I thought, oh, this is all good. I had wrapped a paper towel around it, checked it multiple times throughout the night. Not a hint of water. And then on my way to work this morning, I decided to check it one more time. And it must have dripped maybe over a 10-hour span, like 2 times. 2 times.
That's 2 times too many.
It is. So now I got to go home and tinker with it again. And I'm just frightened that I'm going to screw it up real bad and there's going to be water just spraying everywhere. Do you just turn off the main supply to the house in the basement if that happens?
Yes.
Okay. But so far, I'm doing good. I fixed it. I was so close to fix it. I was so mad this morning.
Didn't you install your kitchen sink too?
No, my dishwasher.
Well, I thought you had changed the faucet on your kitchen sink a while back, a couple of years ago.
No.
And you couldn't quite tighten it, and it's all ski-wompy. Because when I was watching your cat, I'm like, whoever installed this sucks.
No, it came loose, and I've tried to tighten it. JD, I forgot he was at my house helping me with my new oven yesterday too, because they wouldn't.
Your manservant.
Yes, yeah. Well, when it comes to electrical stuff, I'm extra frightened. But what the guys who delivered it wouldn't hook it up because it's hardwired into the wall. It's not just a plug-in. So JD came to help me with that, but I forgot to give him. There's a tool he gave me to tighten down the sink because it's really hard to get at that bolt, and I haven't been able to get it to work. So I'm overall.
That's where the 2% rule comes in, buddy.
What's the 2% rule?
Well, you got to be 2% smarter than what you're messing with.
Got to give a shout out to JD. Yeah, have you heard my last break? It was informing Jade of my slight panic about a little leak I've got going on at my house after getting some new appliances installed. Got a new washer and dryer. I was pretty excited about that. And then my excitement immediately crushed by leaky faucet that I discovered. Just the world's slightest leak. Well, JD, who had been over helping me with my new oven yesterday, he had left a screwdriver at my house. So I told him today, hey, you left that screwdriver there. And he stopped by to pick it up. While he was there, fixed my leak. JD is the best, everybody. JD, who you might know from local band Stiff Richard. If you ever get a chance to catch him live, you should. East Idaho's greatest cover band. Anywhere they're rocking is a good time. You should go check them out. Thank you, JD. You're the best. Such a relief. That little tiny leak. Jade got me all worked up once we got off air. He's like, dude, even if it's, one drop every couple hours, water's corrosive, there's going to be a big hole. You got problems, buddy. You're going to have to get a plumber out there. He's going to have to rip the wall out. Like, Dad, stop. So thank you, JD, for stopping by, fixing my stuff, saving the day yet again. I don't know how many times JD has saved the day for me with stuff. So anyway, just got to give him the shout out. We shall return. I don't know what the deal is, but this morning I've spent a lot of time reading through posts in the Am I the Jerk subreddit. I would say the name of it, but do you know how the FCC rules work? Actually, nobody knows how they work because there is not a specific list of words you can and cannot say. I do know that if I said that word, Jade would be mad, so that's why I don't. So we'll just call it Am I the Jerk? You can figure it out for yourself. Am I the jerk for tricking my kids into eating mushroom soup? I guess that would depend, right? You got these kids who, bad things happen to their guts. If they eat mushroom soup, that would make you a jerk. Peaches, we're on Am I the Jerk? That subreddit. You know what I'm talking about?
Love that. Love that subreddit.
All right, so somebody was asking if they were a jerk for tricking their kids into eating mushroom soup.
No.
What if their kids were allergic to them?
Whose fault is that?
I guess probably the parents, since it's their genetics. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I would say if they were allergic to them and he tricked them into eating mushroom soup, that would be pretty messed up.
Yeah, if I have a picky kid, oh man, he's not going to eat. That's for sure.
I hope you have the pickiest kid ever, Peaches.
I'm not going to say what I'm doing. Forget it.
But you got to find a lady who likes you to have a kid,
That's
though,
true.
Peaches.
Yeah, it's step
true.
one. I'm not there.
Yeah, you got a ways to go, buddy. But you'd be surprised. Actually, easier than you think to all of a sudden have a kid on the way. So be careful, Peaches. No, this family, apparently the kids hate the texture of mushrooms, and they've told their parents, I don't like mushrooms.
Love mushrooms.
I'm not a fan of, I like them in stuff okay.
I love pizza with mushrooms. I love burgers with my mushrooms.
I don't.
Burgers with my mushrooms. Mushrooms on my burgers.
I like to have a little bit of burger on top of my mushrooms.
That's right.
Yeah, no, I'm not a big fan. But it's okay if they're cooked into something. I'm with these kids. The texture of them, and I'm not into that. It's kind of slimy.
These picky kids, I swear.
Yeah.
Growing up, I had to eat anything.
You had to?
Yeah.
What would happen if you did? You go to your room with no food then. Yeah. That's what would happen if you didn't eat it? Okay.
No, my
don't
parents,
eat.
me and my dad would fight quite a lot when it came to my mom's pasta because my dad liked marinara and I wanted more so Alfredo.
Well, marinara is better for you, Peaches.
Marinara sucks.
It's delicious. Maybe
Team Alfredo.
Now, did your mom make fresh sauce from scratch?
Okay, what do you think?
I don't know. That's
we
what
talked
I'm
about
asking.
this on the air before.
My
mom is the worst cook ever, dude.
So
Stouffer's lasagna and all that crap,
Stouffer's?
Yeah.
That's not good frozen lasagna.
The frozen enchiladas, too. Look, I made these. You know that Talladega Nights scene where, it's the Thanksgiving meal? Like, there's Taco Bell, KFC.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. Well, back to this story here. The wife would take mushroom soup, cream of mushroom soup that you use in recipes, like casseroles. When she would use it, she would strain the soup through cheesecloth to get the little mushroom pieces out. And the dad's like, nah, I just cook this stuff with it, and the kids don't notice. And I guess the mom got very mad at the dad about this when she found out because the kids don't like it. And she said it was rude to trick them into eating. I don't think that's tricking them.
Here's my question for you.
They're not noticing.
When you see a recipe that says strain anything through a cheesecloth, do you actually go out of your way to do that?
If I have a cheesecloth.
Who has cheesecloth?
People who cook.
Cooking elitists, sure. Yeah, but I mean,
it's
not
in
your
the cooking
everyday
aisle.
average Joe. Like if I walked up to Josh Tyler from Classy, I'm sure he's the guy here that has cheesecloth. If I go up to Justin and ask him if he has cheesecloth, he's going to pull out Kraft singles. Like there's nothing.
I guess you could use it as a rag, I suppose. Yeah, I mean, generally I would use just a strainer. I've got a variety of strainers. I've got many different strainers. I'm very
You get your own personal chef. Cut it out.
That's right.
You own the supplies, but who cooks for you? Your own personal chef.
Don't give away my secrets, Peaches. I already look bad enough that I had JD over fixing things at my house while I'm doing the morning show today just shows up and fixes things that I complain about on air.
JD's not a friend. JD's not a friend. He's just a hired cleaner at this point.
Don't say that. He was already pointing out that I'm a good friend because Jade called him like my manservant or something on air. And
every time you invite me over, Peaches, I need help moving a giant wooden box and a giant bed frame and a keyboard.
Now listen, I asked you to help me move a very light table, and then you pointed out, like, do you want me to help you move that giant wooden box?
Because I know you're going to ask me at some point.
I probably
I don't want to see you falling at the bottom of the stairs with that box over you.
I don't have any friends to help me move things.
Well, look what you said about Brad Royal. You invited him over to move a mattress.
Well, I invited him over to hang out, but since he was there, I was like, well, since there's another human being in the house, there are some things I'd like. Brad, will you help me move this giant mattress all the way to the basement? And then I had you help me move it back up.
Yeah, exactly. You're just moving things around your house for no reason.
Wanted to remind you that if you haven't picked up the K-Bear 101 app, you should. It's awesome. You can stream K-Bear from anywhere on the planet, the greatest rock station in the world. Listen to my show live, 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. every weekday. And win prizes. We got a bunch of stuff up for grabs right now, so if you want to enter to win some prizes, not only should you sign up in the K-Bear app, but pick up our Alt 101 app and our Cannonball 101 app as well. Sign up in all of those to win things like the Farmers Market Bundle, the Idaho Falls Farmers Market going down every Saturday, 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. You can sign up to win a Farmers Market Bundle right now. $25 gift cards to Itty Bitty Farms, Thor's Chocolate, Four Arch Farms, Hennigsman Family Farm, Taco H, and Heritage Home Family Farm. Also, giving away tickets to the Ronald McDonald House Charities Summer Movies. Got The Sandlot playing at Melaleuca Field June 15th. Want to win a family 4-pack of tickets to the show? Sign up in one of our mini apps. Go see The Sandlot. Classic movie. It's great. And what better place to see it than at Melaleuca Field on the LED big screen. Kicking off at 9 p.m. Gates open at 6:45. They got all kinds of activities going on, and you might be able to go with the fam for free, but you got to sign up in one of our apps. And then we're giving away tickets to the Crazy Figure 8 car races with Mad Marvin Crane himself, Lieutenant Crane. Got a race going down this Saturday, as a matter of fact. The first race of the season, Rigby Fairgrounds. Kicking off at 7 p.m. If you want to win a family 4-pack of those tickets, you can sign up in our app for those tickets as well. Going to be drawing winners for those tomorrow, so you need to sign up for all of these contests now. All right, there you go. That's what we got going on as far as prizes in the apps. So pick them up, and you can also listen to the radio stations, the radio channels from anywhere in the world. And I've been to places in the world where the rock radio is not good. So we want you to be able to pick up good rock radio wherever you go. And if you've got K-Bear in your pocket, well, you're living good. Before I leave, I wanted to let you know some breaking news. If you're an Offspring fan, I didn't see anything in the news about this, but I got an email that on Friday, the Offspring is dropping new music. No word on what the song is called. Thankfully, it's not Christmas time. I think the last time they dropped a new song, it was Christmas time, and it was the Offspring doing a Christmas song, which, all right, that's fine, but I think that the average Offspring fan who wants some new music doesn't want a Christmas song. They want a brand new track. It's middle of summer, so it should just be an upbeat, fun Offspring summer song. Coming Friday. I'm sure I'll play it for you on the show, so make sure to tune in and check it out. But just before I bailed out of here, wanted to let you Offspring fans know that was coming your way. I hope you have a great rest of the morning. And for those of you who caught this on demand, thanks for listening to the Victor Wilt Show podcast. I hope you liked it. If you did, please share, subscribe, rate the podcast. This show, hosted by me, Victor Wilt, is a production of Riverbend Media Group. For more information or to contact the show, visit riverbendmediagroup.com.